Welcome to the Film Vault. Today, we're diving into an insane, action packed horror comedy that takes zombie carnage to a whole new level. If you thought surviving the undead was hard, imagine facing an entire army of Nazi zombies, led by an undead colonel with nothing but your wits, a cursed limb, and a team of misfit zombie hunters. This is Dead Snow 2 Red vs. Dead, a sequel that takes everything wild about the first movie and cranks it up to 11. When we last saw Martin, he had barely survived a nightmarish encounter with Nazi zombies in the freezing Norwegian mountains. His friends? All dead. His arm? Chopped off to stop an infection. But at least he managed to return their stolen treasure and escape. Or so he thought. Just when Martin believes he's in the clear, he finds a single gold coin in his pocket, one tiny mistake that sets off another wave of chaos. Before he can react, Colonel Herzog himself smashes through the car window, grabbing Martin as a horde of zombies swarms his vehicle. What follows is a brutal struggle for survival as Martin fights off the undead, headbutting Herzog and desperately trying to get his car started. The chase is relentless. Bodies fly, intestines are ripped apart, and just when it seems Martin might have a chance, Herzog gets taken out by a speeding truck, leaving behind a grotesque prize, his severed arm. Relieved, Martin tosses the cursed coin out the window, but his victory is short-lived. The truck driver, unaware of what he's dealing with, tries giving Herzog CPR. And well, let's just say that's the last mistake he ever makes. Herzog regains his head-crushing strength, kills the driver, reclaims the treasure, and sets his undead army back in motion. Meanwhile, Martin wakes up in the hospital, handcuffed to his bed, accused of murder, and worst of all, horrified to discover that the doctors reattached his arm. But not just any arm. It's Herzog's undead limb, and it has a mind of its own. In a grotesque twist of fate, the arm starts acting on impulse, killing a doctor, crushing a cop's throat, and throwing an innocent kid out of a window. No matter how much Martin protests, the carnage keeps escalating, and before long, he's on the run again. As the undead horror spreads, Martin realizes he's not alone in this fight. Enter the Zombie Squad, an American trio of self-proclaimed zombie hunters who have spent their lives preparing for the apocalypse. Led by the enthusiastic yet slightly unhinged Daniel, the team joins forces with Martin to stop Herzog's army before they can fulfill their unfinished mission: the total destruction of a Norwegian town. But if Herzog has an army, so will Martin. Thanks to his newfound powers, Martin discovers that he can raise the dead just like Herzog, only this time, he's bringing back an army of vengeful Soviet zombies, soldiers who were once killed by Herzog's forces. As the ultimate undead showdown begins, we're treated to one of the most chaotic, blood-soaked battles in horror comedy history. Tanks roll through houses, civilians meet gruesome fates, and intestines are used in ways no human body was ever meant for. But will it be enough? Will Martin and his newly formed zombie battalion be able to stop Herzog before he completes his mission? And what happens when a man with a zombie arm decides to resurrect his lost love? Buckle up, because Dead Snow 2 is a roller coaster of gore, dark humor, and pure insanity that never lets up. If you love zombie movies that push the limits, this one's for you. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown. Thanks for watching The Film Vault.